Club, we're a non-profit organization over 100 years old, and we are affiliated, or we raise money for Beth Israel Deaconness Plymouth. Last year we donated about $200,000 to the hospital, and we raise that money through a variety of fundraisers and donations, and the Polar Plunge today being one of them. Some of that money is dedicated, so for instance, all funds raised from the Plunge go to the Cancer Center. Others go to behavioral health issues, whatever. So, Cranberry Hospice. So the Polar Plunge starts our 17th Polar Plunge, and first Saturday of March, you get all kinds of crazy people together for lots of fun. You get pledges into Plunge, and at noontime, high noon, everyone's going to gather out here and dash into the Atlantic. So, and all that money raised, you can tell it's a really festival-like atmosphere, music and food and costumes, and the money raised goes to the Cancer Center at BID Plymouth. And over the past, since inception, that raised well over $1.2 million. So, made a substantial difference. And donations come from $5, $10, all sizes.
Good, thanks. How are you?
Very good. Can you sign this? Very good. Well said. Thank you. Oh yeah, get your t-shirt and things over there. All right. Hi.
Happy Plunge Day. I can answer this. Oh, this is very small. This table is borderline. Right. Kids did a great job holding. Yeah, come on, guys. Thanks, girl.
I got out the service.
Oh yeah.
Pour myself in a cab, be back to work before 2. It's only past 12.
Creativity. Dedication. Dedication. That's Delano. Simply just the fact that people are willing to jump into the ocean in March when it's 30 degrees out. We give them extra credit just for that. But of course, we're also looking for creativity as far as costumes go, just to make this event a success.
Excellent. Thank you. Are the pups going in the water?
Nope.
Not today.
No?
We're not planning on it. We'll see what happens. Well, you've got something fancy there.
Treat a trickle in her eyes. When we were torn apart because her mom did not agree. Tore apart our happy home.
Awesome job.
My wife texted me at the same time.
What's the name of the team?
Ready?
Maverick. That was Mason.
What are you doing? Get back here!
Hey, you guys, picture. Catherine, here we go. See what after picture. My lips aren't really
Nice job, Bailey. All right, that's 2-1.
I like some feel as bad as He's the cool guy. He doesn't even feel that.
Right behind you. I got plenty of stuff.
Oh, good. All right.
They use bacon in them.
Another great year. Can you believe this? This is the 17th annual Plunge, and you guys, your sponsors, your donors, everybody have raised almost over $1.2 million for the Cancer Center since 17 years. And this year, we're still kind of tallying everything up, but it looks like that number is going to be about $50,000. As you all know, every dollar makes a difference, and every donation makes a difference, and we know how hard it is for you guys, for everybody, to make this kind of money. And we want to first of all thank also you for plunging on this gorgeous, beautiful day. If anyone did this last year or 2 years ago, you know how the extremes, flip-flop back and forth. But also a huge thank you to Alden Park. We're enjoying their fabulous room, their wonderful, delicious food, and their service. And this is all in support of the Cancer Center, their donation, which is incredible. So thank you to Alden Park. It's a fabulous food. They've donated the food for the past, however long we've had it at the yacht club. They've always donated the food, as you well know. But now they're also giving us this room. So thank you to them, to Brian and his whole team here at Alden Park. And also, if you notice on your tables, there are little handouts that talk about the plunge and where the money has gone over the course of the years. Everything from smart pumps to nursing educational programs, IT, software, the Patients Assistance Fund, but additionally all of our sponsors, both financial as well as in-kind donors, that make this such a great family fun day at the beach. Mark.
So it's fun, but we should keep in mind this is all for a serious business. It's a really exciting time in cancer care in general. You know, in the late press you probably heard about immunotherapy and things like that, but it's definitely the case that people are living longer and more people are being cured almost indistinct of whatever disease type it might be. So we are very strongly feel enthusiastic and optimistic about the way things are going in the future. So, and we're able, you know, fortunately, because of support from our administration, to be able to bring these things closer to home so people have access to clinical trials and all the new medicines. So you don't have to go into town very often. Right? Pretty much everything we can provide there. So I know a lot of people here, the reason that they're here is because they've had family members that we've been able to help. So that's our pride. That's what our mission is every day. So thank you for contributing to that. It means a lot to us. We're going to use the funds to help out in multiple ways. But one of the ways I think it's only kind of now being appreciated that it's not just sort of medical toxicity. There's physical toxicity, there's social toxicity, there's things that go on with not just treating a disease. And those things need to be helped too, and they need resources too. Right down to getting into clinic. Sometimes people can't get it on rides, they need gas. And some of this money that you guys have been able to provide for us is going to go towards those things. They're almost as important as the therapy itself. So, anyway, shout out to everybody else for a fantastic job. We really appreciate it. Hope we see you next year. And enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Great. The major, and I think actually she's been responsible for almost 10% of the total of $1.2 million raised, or thereabouts, over the years, is Deb Moito, who raised $5,830. It's just extraordinary.
So
And
I have to say something.
You know,
Deb's going to say a few words.
I have to say something. This is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to laud Catherine, which she hates, and will know, also have a word to do. 17 years ago, coming to our board saying, "Want to run in the water and raise money for the hospital?" I'm like, yeah, no. But 17 years later, look where we are. This is a fantastic response. And in terms of me raising money, it's the people. I had over 85 people respond to my letter, my little begging letter. But as I jokingly call it, but these people are from all over the community, but also not within this community. I think it's important to impress upon you my feeling, just very, very briefly, of how important what we're doing is, because it resonates. The fact that we have a local cancer center and that we all as a group want to do this kind of thing to support that, it resonates with so many people. So it's everyone together, it's all of you in this room, all of your faces I've seen for so many years, the teams over and over again. You are the heart and backbone of this whole event. So I'm proud to be part of it. Have a great rest of the day. Hope it's good.
Thank you, Deb. And you guys talk about this. So many of these are families. This is, I'm stressing out, this is just a wonderful family event. And I look around and I see some young plungers who started. I remember when you were like the youngest plunger at like 4 or 5, and now, you know, you're 11? 11. So, and grandparents with grandchildren. So it's a really fun family event, and that's what we're really, you know, so happy that it turns out that way. Next would be some team awards. So we have a team for the less than 10 members, and that would be, I'm going to make sure I get this right. Frosty Nips. Are they here? The Frosty Nips, are you here? We want to see you guys. No? All right. Well, they raised $3,344. But I do know that the Sharks are here, and they raised almost $1,300. So thank you to the Sharks. And Mike's Shamrocks, I know you guys are here. almost $1,700. Let me just see. Malleus Manatees, I don't think they're here. They raised $2,300. And Papa's Polar Plungers, I know a couple, they raised $2,400. So these are all, I mean, there's obviously Frosty Nips raised 33, but everybody raised a lot of money this year. So it's a hard year, a lot of great causes out there. Now we come to, oh, also, I'm sorry, the Polar Vortex, are they here? Thank you very much, over $1,000. Now we come to a BID Plymouth team. So we have trophies for a number of different categories, like different nursing facilities, all kinds of things. And one of them goes to a BID Plymouth team. And this was two teams that really raised a lot of money. There was the slush puppies from the emergency department. They raised over $2,000. I know there's a purple slush puppy here. Thank you very much. You guys are great. But once again, the Chill Pills, the pharmacy, I don't know if they're here, Chris, they raised over $5,000. $5,350. So thank you. Chill Pills. And how Polar Opposites, they raised almost $2,000. I know they're here.
Come on in, Jordan. There you go, Bear.
All right.
This is for a sports team, and I think you guys know who you are going to be. It's the Plymouth, well, please stand up, the Plymouth Eagles. Unbelievable. As a team, they raised over almost $2,600. So, wow. That's a lot of work. On top of hockey, on top of school, and having fun with your family. We also have, let's see, I think that's it. Now we're going to the costumes. So the costumes, and there were some good costumes this year, some very good costumes. But these trophies are awarded by our group of judges. So we don't have anything to do with that. And everyone from Ken Tavares and Dave Malaguti and Matt Morituri, so they're very impartial. The first one goes to the best overall team trophy. Mike's Shamrocks. You're fine. Most enthusiastic, Plymouth Junior Eagles.
We're here today with Walt Wunder, and he's the owner of Alden Park Restaurant in Plymouth. Thanks for being here today, Walt.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for coming.
Sure. So tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into the restaurant business.
I got into the industry in an indirect way. I was in the pharmaceutical services company sector for a long period of time, and then ended up doing very well and sold a company there. And then in a workout clause, I had some time and extra income, if you will, to say, let's see what I want to do with the rest of my life, if you will, or the next stage of my life.
Yeah.
And an opportunity became available here in Plymouth in a space that used to be a restaurant, so I took it upon myself to look into it, dug into it a little more, and said, let's go with it.
Excellent. How long ago was that?
It was a little over 9 years ago now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's a good long
2010,
run.
July 2010 we started, yeah.
Excellent.
Oh.
So how did you learn about the restaurant industry then? Because you weren't in it before.
I was not in it. Through, I surrounded myself with some people that were very knowledgeable in it, and I'm a quick study. I learned a lot of things quickly. A lot of it was first letting them run most of it, figure most of it out. I was more on the financial back end of things. And then over the first couple of years, then I began to slowly get into it, and then eventually kind of just grabbed it all myself and ran with it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So you're doing a great job.
Oh, well, thank you.
The food is great here. I've
Thank you.
had it a few times.
Thank you.
And you do a lot for the community.
We do.
Tell me about that.
Do a lot of different things. We do a lot of things with the Kiwanis group, a lot of things with the chamber. We do things for local groups over the last, well, we do a big Kentucky Derby party every year, and we pick a local charity for that to support. And it's usually a youth foundation. It's been the Kingston Youth Foundation, the Manamith Youth Center, and now the Plymouth 400 we're supporting. So we like to do a lot of charitable events to help support the community and the youth of the community. And any opportunity we get, we try to push back to help out the community.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
And you sponsored the Polar Plunge for
We
the
do.
Jordan Hospital Club,
We do.
which I was here.
Most definitely. There's so many that I can't even name them all. That we do a lot of things, and a lot of people comment on that. But yes, but the Polar Plunge is another one.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
What is the basic food style that you have here? Is there one style?
I go vague with it. I call it modern American upscale casual atmosphere. So it's a pretty vague. It's a pretty.
Everything it could be.
It's pretty vague.
It's open.
It is open, and the mindset with it is I take a lot of standard dishes that people are very comfortable with, if you will. I don't try to get too fancy with them, but we do add a twist to them to make them our style, or a different style than what you'd expect at home, and that's the gist of it. So we try to take, whether it be a steak or a fish or a pork chop or whatever it is, or a chicken, we try to make those, or seafood, we try to make them and add flair to it, whether it be a Southern Hemisphere, or whether it be an Italian theme or a Spanish theme, or sometimes even an Asian theme. We try to add different pieces to it to give that variety that people are like, oh, it's something different, it's something new. Our menu is I like to say, very comfortable for people. And then what I give my chef the ability to do on a weekly basis is we do specials. That allows them to play a little bit, allows them to really almost work out things to see how well people are liking it, as they may be menu options for the subsequent menu, because we change our menu twice a year. We do a winter menu and then basically a summer menu, and it obviously goes into spring, fall concepts, but we do it twice a year. We shift it, so we can play a little bit off the seasons, but also you can go from a heavier comfort food in the wintertime to a lighter, more refreshing type of meal. And there's some items that just stay because people would, be very upset if we took some of the things off. Because we've become very well known for some items that we have here, and we like and we appreciate, but we still like to have some variation to it.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's an example of something that you're known for?
The lettuce wrap is something we're very well known for here. Yep, that's one of our tried and true type of things. Our lobster mac and cheese is another one that's done pretty well here, and we haven't changed it. Some things that have started to come into the fold, which one of them is like the beet salad. Anyone that likes beets, we do a stacked beet salad, and people that have it are like, wow, this is pretty amazing. So there's some things that have come on as of late, and other things that have just been with us for a long period of time. So
That sounds delicious. And you're open for lunch and dinner?
we are. We open 11:30 every day. We'll go through lunch, and that goes till 4 o'clock, and then we shift over to dinner. And it goes from 4 till 9, 3 days a week, and then the other 4 days a week it's 10 o'clock. We just started an adult prom last year with To the Moon and Back. It's to support children that are born with dependencies on drugs and alcohol. but also just like sharing with what our mentality is here of the giving mentality kind of thing. You know, at Christmas time we do a giving tree that a lot of our guests come through, grab tags and whatnot. Kind of, it's not really Toys for Tots. We do a Toys for Tots thing as well, but we do our own giving tree. We do a lot of catered events, a lot of functions, catered events. We get to experience life moments with people. And yes, we're working the events or we're putting on the events for them, but it's planning these events. And I tell all my staff that works it, whether it be the catering staff or the planners or whatever, it's you want to plan this and you want to do this like it's your event or like someone like your spouse or your friend or, you know, you want to put everything into it because this is their big event. Getting to experience that and be a part of that and helping them perform that to that level that's rewarding in itself.
Well, thank you very much, Walt, for talking to us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
People should try Alden Park. They have great food.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
In today's show, I have a guest granny with me, and her name is Dannie Engwert. And thank you for being on the show with me today, Dannie.
Oh, you're welcome.
And we're at Alden Park, and we're going to have some lunch so we can really experience the food that they have that we've been talking about, and our mouths have been watering, right?
Yes.
And Dannie wrote a book. What's the name of your book?
My name of my book is Good Grief.
And
It's a book about mandalas. My goal for it is to be on everybody's coffee table in the entire universe. And it's about joy after death. When you have a loss, whether it's death of a person or death of a happening, a divorce, any kind of loss like that leaves you devastated. And what to do to get yourself back moving and being part of life and smiling again. And I found for me, mandalas did this, and I made little temporary mandalas, installations. Mine are physical, like the silverware, arranged in a circular design with a unifying center.
So is that the definition of a
mandala? A mandala is a circular design with a unifying center.
And you are an artist as well.
I am.
So this is how this came about.
Right. I'm a fiber artist, which means I weave and I do things with threads, fibers.
Nice.
My latest artist adventure is making greeting cards for a company out of New York City, and those cards are collages, not all fiber, and they are distributed throughout the world. The biggest one is Harrods in London.
Goodness, that is awesome.
Yes, and right now you can purchase them at Anthony's here in Massachusetts.
Well, let's have some lunch.
Yes, go. I'm ready.
All right.